Well, hello folks, welcome to episode 4 of our 8th season here at RFC Liege. I am the Custard Prophet. Last time things seemed a little bit difficult. We were having a very poor run of form, as you can see. Lost 6 games without scoring a goal, but things have changed. Yeah, that's right, things have changed. I had to do a bit of thinking. You guys left me some really good ideas in the comments. I particularly liked FM Llama's idea of going back to Gotner and getting those rusty seats, those lucky rusty seats that served us so well for so many years. I was straight on the phone to the Gotner chairman, and he sent a couple over. But the other thing I did was we had a game next up. The game after our loss against Club Bruges was against Antwerp at home, who are doing quite well. So I implemented some of the advice that had been suggested, but I also decided to watch the game on full highlights to just get an idea what exactly. To get an idea what exactly is going wrong. And there was a few things that came out of that which were very clearly going wrong. One of the biggest things was how isolated Ignacio, our striker, was. It was unbelievably isolated. The balls were, many of the balls weren't getting anywhere near him. The passing from the defence was abysmal. The long balls were just nowhere near where they needed to be. Which was a problem, but those that did get to him, that if they bounced off him, or if he did manage to connect with one of them, there was nobody around him to do anything with it. So it was just really a constant amount of pressure coming back at us all the time, which meant our poor defenders, who I had given so much grief up to this point, saying they should be a lot better. Well, the reason they were doing so badly was because they were just under constant pressure, and actually in full match they were doing their damnedest to keep people out. They were sure they were making mistakes, but they were getting their bodies in the way. They were making good challenges. I couldn't really fault their performance. It was the players ahead of them that were the real issue. So what I decided to do was to go back to an old friend, which is this formation, a slightly modified version of this formation. So we've bought, we've gone double box-to-box midfielders, which is a bit crazy. Shorter passing, so we don't have those crazy balls up, making the width pretty narrow, so we're kind of compacting the play, and for the same reasons we'd done. I thought I'd done that. No, I hadn't actually bunched that up. And we are going back to the counter press again. So a few changes to the tactic that we've just had, and the other thing I've clicked on is hit early crosses. And I wasn't expecting much, but I watched the next game in full match, and that was against Ghent, away from home, doing well in the league. So we played Antwerp. We played Antwerp. We lost against them 2-0, and then I implemented these changes and we played Ghent, and this is what happened. So you can see, suddenly we created chances, decent quality chances. We won on the XG, but a 4-0 away victory over Ghent. 2 goals from Masec, Ignacio and Asante with the goals, which was completely unexpected. And I thought, well, this is probably a one-off. And then we played. We had a difficult run of game. Mechelen, who are playing well in the league. Again, we did really well here. The problem we were having was problem we had here was a lack of centre-backs. There was a real lack of centre-backs, so we ended up having to play a slightly makeshift back line, who did all right. It was actually the people slightly further up the pitch who maybe should have done a little bit better. But a 0-0 draw, I mean, I would have given, everything for a 0-0 draw a few games ago. And then we went away to STVV, and we had probably the best result we've had so far in the series, a 3-2 win over this team, who are in certainly one of the best teams, sort of top 5 teams in this league. And yeah, we took the lead from Fadiga, and it was we had a penalty shout that wasn't given, which was a little frustrating, and then Fadiga got himself his goal, and we looked good for it. They started to rally a little bit in the second half, and they scored 2 goals with not too many chances, and one of them was a penalty. Yeah, it was one of those that I thought, well, the amount of times that we haven't been given those, and it looked like a clear dive. It looked like the guy had done like 2 flips, but it was given, and they scored, and we were 2-1 down. I thought, well, this is yet another one of those games where I felt we should have done better, but we haven't. But we rallied, and Demo Koida, a cracking goal from the left back, and then right at the very end, the bitter end of this match, Thomas Masec, after Asante had to go off injured, so we were down to 10 men for the last 2 or 3 minutes, and it was after that Thomas Masec picked the ball up. He had a shot. The goalkeeper made a save. He pushed it out wide, but he was still on the floor, and Masec came in and from a really tight angle scored that goal. So that was 3-2, and we picked up 7 points in 3 games, which we haven't done in God knows how long. I was thrilled with that. So then we followed that up with a match against Anderlecht. They were different class, really. We did score a goal from Fadiga, which I've never quite seen this. It was an amazingly good goal, but there was a 0 XG from it. So he was in the box, but it was kind of like a blind turned shot, which ended up looping into the top corner. It was a mad finish. But yeah, there was 0 added on for the XG for that shot, which I'm not sure. I thought that was a thing. I thought you at least had, if you had a shot, it would be a 0.1 or something, or 0.01, but it wasn't. But they came in in the first half. They were so good. They were certainly deserved to win that and win it well. But second half, it was a different story. We played quite well, had a couple of good opportunities. Masec could have got himself a goal. I don't think we'd have come back into it, but we could certainly say we deserved maybe for it to finish 4-2, which I think is pretty good against Anderlecht. So I thought, what the heck, let's come back against Club Bruges and let's see how we do against this this top quality side. They've smashed us plenty of times before, but this is a good run of form. Why not? Let's see if we can get a real big result over one of the big boys. So that's what we're doing. Let me know what you think the score is going to be before we get into this. I guess my thoughts are it's probably not going to be we're probably not going to win this, but hopefully what I'm hoping is we actually give it a good go, and we give them a bit of trouble, even if we lose it. So the team we are going with, we have got Ignacio is up top. We've got Masec, Fixels, and Nana across the forward line or attacking midfielders. Fadiga is partnering El Massouri. Those two have been doing well in those box-to-box midfielder roles. And the back line is Koida, Ponte, Jans and Mayanga. Interestingly, Cisse now has dropped to the bench, and I've put Jans back in centre-back, and that seems to have worked as well. Gofan is in goal. There's a few people who are a bit annoyed they're not getting games, but for me, the top performer at the moment is this man, Thomas Masec, who forced his way really into the team by saying he wanted to have a good contract, he wanted to be a star player. And I thought, well, he's got some confidence, he's got a decent personality, and he's got good attributes, and he's fast as heck. Why not? Let's give him a chance. And he's taken that, and he's done really well for himself. So I'm pleased that Masec has been such a quality player for us. He is starting to think about a new club, a bigger club, as is Abel Jans, which seems to be the way with these youngsters. We have them for a couple of years, and then as soon as they start sort of getting decent performances, then the big boys come in and whip them out from underneath us. So we'll see what happens here against a good Club Bruges side. Hopefully you folks will see a little bit of a difference in how we're playing and a little bit more going forward. But that was close. Was that Papa Diop? I thought he must be about 4,000 years old if that's him. Right then, so 5 minutes in, they've had a shot from the corner, but they've gone through us. And Gofan gets his hand to it. Very nicely done. He has been very, very good as well. There are people coming in for him, but he doesn't necessarily want to leave, which is all right. I'm pleased with that. Abel Jans, he's at the back to the Moroccan midfielder. Play it wide to Masec. I think one of the other things I noticed is Masec runs through. He has a shot. Yeah, what I've noticed from him, whilst he's certainly our most creative attacking player. That was clear from the full highlights. He does waste an awful lot when we're sort of pushing him to run more than he needs to. So I've taken that off, and he can just run as much as. Not necessarily as much as he needs to here. It's Masec, but he does mean he is passing it a little bit more, and we are getting a little bit more out of it. So against all expectations, we have taken the lead inside 10 minutes. Great stuff. Now that would be a bit special to try to sort of do something here against this side. Nana, it's 2-0. It's Masec. What has happened to this team? All of a sudden we can cross. I mean, that bloke Nana, he's been terrible with crossing. He's got a really bad attributes for it, but this time he found the gap, and Masec at the far post just taps it home. What an absolute cracking start. So, as you can see, we are limiting the opposition, and this is what a lot of the games have been like, sort of fairly tight affairs, but we are getting much better chances than what we were. Now, obviously, this could all change. Oh, and that's a lovely finish from Cervais. Gofan left that far post a little bit too open for my liking. So, ball over the top. And he just found himself in a little bit of a hole there. Beats his man, and it was easy as that. So Bruges are back in this. Doesn't take him long, does it? Just half a chance is all they need. And he created that all himself. But it's a good start, and we only needed those 2 shots, really, haven't we? I mean, they are starting to crank up the shots on the Bruges side, but we're not seeing any of them. So we come to half time 2-1 up. Very, very good. XG's not bad at all. Yeah, definitely very happy with that. What I am going to do in the second half, I'm just going to put it on a cautious mentality. And we'll pop on time wasting frequently in this second half. I'm not looking to play defensively. I'm looking to irritate them. No. Why not? So, Standard are smashing Liege. That's good because Liege are down and around us. We are creating it's kind of dried up in terms of shots. As I say that, Uwijan. Oh, that's a bit lucky. Oh, and Gofan gets that. I thought that had slipped past him, but he holds on to it, and he looks like he's going to try and set up something. And Nana, is he going to play the through ball? It was on. Yeah, that wasn't great, was it? And here they come again. Abel Ruiz. Oh, it's in. They had a second chance and they have scored. And we've got to 70 minutes, and it's certainly, I mean, Liege have looked very, very good. We've got a lot of tired legs out there now. Looks like we should try and make maybe a couple of changes. I'm not quite sure who to bring on. I think he can play just about in there. And I've been doing this a little bit. So we've got a youngster. He's a left-sided player, but we play him on an inside forward. That might work. And the other thing I'm going to do is bring on Jacquot instead of Fadiga. Right then, let's just we want to make it a little bit more disciplined. Is there a chance here? Jacquot, the Moroccan lad, back to Abel Jans, plays it in to Diamatopoulos, who's been playing a little bit. It's Nana, whatever his name is. Oh, and there's nobody there to pick up the cross, but he's got it again. Oh, what was that in the end? Oh, he's missed the challenge, and it's Desmond. And it's a cracking challenge from Ponte, coming back to save the day there. Beerschot picking up a surprise goal there against STVV again. Oh, and again they've played it back, and that's not great. And they've found Abel Ruiz, and again we're a little bit lacking on this right side for pace. Oh, ball in. My God. It's in. Oh no. That's so disappointing. That is so disappointing. 2-0 up, and we have let it slip. We have let it slip. We're going to have to be a little bit more attack minded. I think we're even going to go to positive. I think here. What have we got on the bench? I don't really want to take Masic off. What I'm going to do is to take Ignacio off. Some extra legs up top. I mean, in the end, you can see in terms of shots, they've had a lot more than we have, but we were close as heck to getting a memorable result there against Club Bruges. 2-0 up, and in the end couldn't hold on for a point, but Thomas Masic played very well. Nana on the right side played very well. Calder again, and Abel Jans and Gofan, lots of good performances in there, a lot of things to be pleased about. So I think you can probably see the performance that we put in there is a very different one to the one we put in the last match. It was the same result, but perhaps on another day we might have come away with a draw there, or even better. It's disappointing, but against that sort of team, what can you do? So this is what the league looks like at the minute. We are we're considerably ahead of Liège, 5 points ahead of Liège, but hopefully now we can come out of this difficult run of matches. So we've had a very tough run of matches. We've got Standard Liège up next. Obviously, that's going to be hard. Liège then away is one that we were looking to get a win out of. Oostende is going to be hard. Beerschot away. Zulte Waregem. I wonder whether we come back maybe for that game, maybe for one of these other ones. I don't know. We'll see, depending on how things go. If form kind of eludes us again, hopefully it won't. Hopefully we can carry on this quite excellent run of form. Maybe tighten up at the back a little bit. But we are playing some of the better teams, so let's not worry about that too much. The fact is we are scoring goals, and that is the important thing. Okay, let me know what you think of the turnaround. I'm I'm probably as shocked as you are. I really felt this season was all done and dusted, and we were going to be barely picking up another point. But that is clearly not the case, and I think there's new life in this team. Losing against Club Bruges, yeah, disappointing. We could have got something out of that game. Maybe I should have maybe gone a little more defensive, a little bit more early. I don't know. But yeah, the game against Liege will be interesting. Hopefully we can pick a win out against them. We're also playing Beerschot very, very soon. So my hope is we can, maybe be up around the 20-point mark next time we come back. And that should put us in a good position to try and survive for the third straight season. We certainly feel that this team is getting better each year. It's a slow progress to try and make up the gap to the big guys, but all we need to do at the minute is to try and just push ourselves to a team that's not battling for survival every year, but one maybe that's able to sort of sit in that mid-table region, where Mechelen or OHL, the likes of OHL, I think, are a good example of a team we kind of want to aspire to be, because they are a team that, they do teeter a little bit, but they are by far and away most of the time sitting in that mid-table position. So that's what we're aiming for, at least at the minute. Anyway, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, then hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are new, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.